Okay, we have Ashwini and Mitesh now joining us for last hour calls. Gentlemen, good afternoon. Ashwini, big question. When do you reassess, the long position? As of now, the market's not given any indication. Just charges on. What are your targets now on the index? And for the last hour, what would be the trade?
See, people are still getting short on the market all day long. We've had selling, and basically the bears are losing every battle. So the last hour you could really have a surge. See, the global markets have just started a new round of expansion, and chances are, because of that sort of global support, you are going to have further upside. Now target 11,400 to about 600, which was the budget day low of last year. That is coming on the table, and if you get these gap ups every day, you'll be there fairly soon. Now 11,200 has been spoken of as a target, and a lot of call writing has been there. If we take out 11,200, that by itself will turn into fuel for the market to head up. I still don't see very positive noises around me, because everybody is busy finding a turning point. So you have to be long in this thing, and basically the shorts will get trapped like longs used to get trapped in March, that the market will gap against you and keep going. So having said that, individual stocks, I think Kotak is a buy with a stop of 1330, target of 1400. HDFC is a buy with a stop of 1875, target of 1950. And RIL, I believe, very soon will make a fresh all-time high. So that you can buy with a stop around 1960 and look for targets about 2000.
2000. What I think, what was it, 870 or so? I don't remember the exact March low. What a journey for this stock. Okay, those are trades that Ashwini is working with. Mitesh, what about you? Are you still willing to buy in the last hour?
See, I think very clearly we've been trading with long bias, just trading the stop loss, and we've taken some profits up, but I think broadly the positions are intact and we're just trading the stop losses, and I think that's working very nice. I think the trend is still in no danger of reversing on an immediate basis. So right now the advice is to trail it about 11,020 levels and 11,120 levels, and look at the target of around 11,240, 250 to begin with, and maybe 11,400. So I think that's the two targets which you're working with. On the stock side, I have buy calls on Maruti. That's a buy with a stop at 6,100 for targets of 6,300, and Motherson Sumi is a buy with a stop at 94.5 for targets of 100.
Okay, fair enough. Those are technical calls. SP Tulsian of sptulsian.com and Anand Tandon now join us. Good afternoon. Mr. Tulsian, thoughts first on Bajaj Finance's numbers. What did you make of the numbers and the management and the investor presentation, and what's the call on the stock now?
See, Anuj, if you optically see the profit and loss, probably you will get convinced that the numbers are seen to be good. But if you analyze the numbers, first I take deferred tax credit of 400 crore. That means that has optically, deferred tax is always a non-cash item. In fact, I can say that with confidence and with authority that many of the people, they don't understand that this is just a book entry, nothing to do with the cash outgo and all sort of things, and they confuse that the tax liability seem to be lower. In fact, the tax liability is 750 crore, 400 crore deferred tax credit, so that has brought down the tax liability to about 350 crore. So because of that, optically, the profit after tax has risen. Apart from that, there has been, the financial instruments gain of about 100 crore. And the negative part is that the growth, why I'm taking YOY, I'm not taking QOQ, there has been a growth of about 9,000 to 10,000 crore in the AUM, from 1,28,000 crore to 1,38,000 crore. And now the exact one-third of the book is mortgage, and 9,000 crore increase has seen in the mortgage business. Now we all know that the mortgage is seen to be the least returns, in which we have the interest rate or maybe return of anywhere between 9 to 12%. While the consumer finance, B2B, B2C is all seen having shown the flattish kind of things. and all put together, that is 67% of the AUM of the company has just shown a plus minus 500 crore increase or decrease in the AUM if you add up all those 6-7 segments. So if you are banking on the mortgage business as a growth driver going forward, I don't understand that why one should pay a price to book of 6. Then if you have that kind of attitude or that kind of temperament, then go and buy HDFC, or many of the mortgage businesses are available. Now come on the flexi scheme having given by the company because in the month of April and May the things were seen very negative by this. They launched the flexi scheme in the month of June. Maybe because of that they have got the higher fee income on that, because the upfront payment is charged as a fee from the consumer, those who avail the flexi schemes, because they've been given an option that they can extend the scheme or with the same rate kind of thing, all blah blah blah. So I don't know whether the things are seen to be really comforting, because the companies seem to be struggling to preserve the balance sheet. Nothing else. They don't care. They don't have the aim of going for the credit growth. So if you don't have the credit growth, if you are just seem to be too keen to preserve your balance sheet, and in fact the stock has seen a lot of buying in this last 1 month, and the stock has risen by about, and people are in fact eager to book profits, and once this all profit booking starts coming in fact if you see the delivery figure up to 2 p.m. it has been the usual delivery figure of about 12 to 15 lakhs is being seen for last 3-4 days, but up to 2 o'clock we have seen 27 lakhs shares are pending for delivery. So either they will get bought or they will get sold. If it gets sold, then the stock can correct further 100 rupees from here, can fall to 3200, and if it get bought, then it can give the support. But yes, considering the results, it's a big negative, and I don't think that one should. The only problem is the valuation. Why should you pay the price to book of 6 on the current, that is as on 30th June, while the other NBFCs with a similar kind of growth, or maybe with EPS of 90 to 100 are available, maybe at a price to book of 1 or maybe 2 or maybe 2.5 maximum in like Muthoot Finance or maybe like Shriram Transport.
Okay, that's the take on Bajaj Finance. By the way, we've had all the life insurers come out with numbers as well. HDFC Life, ICICI Pru's numbers were there. They've managed an increase in the margin. The VNB margin has gone up year on year, which was anticipated by at least some of the brokerages. VNB margin at 24.4 versus 21.7. That's a year-on-year improvement. ICICI Pru is the stock that is in question. Numbers just came. HDFC Life, SBI Life, all of them have, of course, declared numbers. So let me take that to Anand. Good afternoon, Anand. How do you rank the life insurance stocks, and any thoughts on the numbers we've seen today?
Well, I'll need a little more time to look at the numbers in detail, but generally, as a sector, this is the one sector in financials where I would argue that any kind of weakness should be taken as an opportunity to buy. This is a long-term story. The valuations are still not completely out of the wall, not completely over the top. The growth rate will continue. The runway is fairly long. One could argue that the number of policies are perhaps fairly well distributed. However, you have to realize two things. One is that the value of the policies are still fairly small, and India still largely remains uninsured in that context. And more importantly, a large number of those policies actually just are, reflecting the market, because they are mutual funds masquerading as life insurance. So the life insurance space still continues to remain good. Now, in particular, which company you like is a matter of where you are in the space. But I would argue that bank assurance is the most important part of the whole business, and companies like SBI, HDFC, and ICICI will obviously continue to grow at a reasonably rapid pace. Among them, ICICI and SBI are probably far cheaper than HDFC. So if valuation is a concern, then those are the two that you should be looking at.
Okay, can't take your eye off the Bank Nifty now. 2.3% higher, 513 points on the Bank Nifty. This really is a big move, and really the big contributor has been ICICI Bank today. That's the stock, and Kotak as well. Kotak had underperformed for better part of this rally, but today it's really started to participate, and ICICI Bank, in fact, since yesterday has really been a strong stock. Anand, good afternoon. Thoughts on ICICI Bank?
I think today it's probably the best pick in the entire space as far as banking goes. It is not very expensive. It's among the larger banks. It's probably one of the cheapest. It doesn't have any issues in terms of succession planning. That is already behind it. Most of the NPAs on the corporate book, except for what is happening in the international markets, seem to be now generally under control or within reasonable parameters. And I would argue that you are looking at it kind of reclaiming its competitive intensity along with the rest of the companies. The problem with HDFC, as I see it, is they seem to be trying too hard. In a context of the current market, to have the kind of revenue growth that you are showing is not good lending practice to my mind. You should be reducing growth, and obviously that will impact the prices. But I fail to understand the analyst euphoria at a growth at a time when anyone who's going to be borrowing is likely to be in deep trouble. So one is not looking for companies which are going very strongly at this stage, especially when you have had a series of changes in the top management. I mean, you have a whole bunch of people leaving. You have the MD due to retire fairly soon. We don't yet know who's the man in charge coming in, and the growth rates are fairly high, which means that for the next couple of years they'll probably have to compensate. So if you leave out HDFC as HDFC Bank as the at what used to be the best play, you're pretty much left with ICICI. Kotak obviously has all the advantages that I also listed out for ICICI, except the valuation. The valuations are exceptionally high. The most expensive bank in the world, and not necessarily something that can give you great value from here for the near term.
Okay, so that's a call on some of the major banks. By the way, another strong sector of the market today has been autos, and even now stocks like Eicher, Maruti, they're all tracking decent gains. Mr. Tulsian, good afternoon, sir. Specifically on Maruti, now we're looking at levels of 6,000 plus. Is it too late to come in? Or do you think that there is going to be better demand and numbers will continue to look good for the company?
So, Ruby, I don't think that there is any point in expecting the better numbers for Q1 for any of the auto stocks. But I don't think that historic numbers are really going to drive the share prices going forward. So maybe in case of specifically the Hero Moto, Maruti, and maybe Eicher, look for the fall of maybe about 4-5%. After the results seen coming in, because probably the flow of results will start from tomorrow with Bajaj Auto seen declaring their numbers, and then take a call accordingly, because the pipeline going ahead is seen to be good, with the dealership having opened to the extent of about 90%, and the way the personal mobility is seen being as a trigger for the entry car segments and maybe the two-wheelers at the entry level. So Hero Moto, Eicher Motor and Maruti makes a good buy, maybe at a lower level of about 3-4% from the current level. But I don't think that one should really expect any kind of solace from the Q1 numbers of any auto stocks.
Okay, all right. We need to take a quick break on that note. With the news, the market continues to climb higher. Mid-caps are a little subdued today. We'll keep analyzing these trends. And just a reminder, we also get chatting with Sushil Kedia and get a check on the charts, whether this rally has really more steam to power through even higher. Back with that in just a moment.